season opener for Section 4 soccer. It's a girls' soccer matchup between Dryden and Lansing. Dan Daugherty and Luke Begoni here bringing the action on ESPN Ithaca for the season opener. And we have lineups for both these teams. For the visiting Lansing Bobcats, on defense, it will be Kiara Tanishilo, Reese Tody, Ava Wilder, Ashley Bell, and Issa Vence. And on their forwards, they have Karina Petrich and Emma Heasley, who was on the team last year as an 8th grader. Then at midfield, it's Lulani Haslinger, who led the team in goals last year, team captain Lauren Ivanek, and in net for the Bobcats, it is Iris Borman. On Dryden's side, their defense is Hollis Finver, Naomi Katie-Zermansky, Emma Lobdell, who was on the team last year as an 8th grader, and they also have Kate Lee on the back line. And then up top, it is Sophia Lynch, Allie Deely, and at midfield, it is Alex Brotherton, Chloe Russell, McKenna Crocker, and team captain Liz Palumbo with Hallie Allport in nets. We are just about at kickoff time, and we'll be expecting the national anthem pretty soon, so we will take another break, and we'll be back. You are listening to Section 4 Girls Soccer here on ESPN Ithaca. And soccer season has begun, and Dryden gets it to midfield. Going up the right wing is Chloe Russell. Just had basketball season end for her, and they're going up the sideline. They wanted Allie Deely, but it's an offsides call.
Yeah, very quick offside call. So based on the lineups, though, it does look like Lansing is running forward at the back with the center defensive mid sitting right above the center backs. Probably provide some support when they do have the ball and to just provide an extra man on defense.
And it looks like that almost got exploited right away with Deely's speed. And a free kick from Lansing gets by the defensive line of Dryden, and chasing it down is Emma Heasley. And it rolls out of bounds. Will be throw-in for Lansing near the corner flag. Quick throw-in. Knocked down. They're on the right side of the box. Cross a little too high. It goes over the net, and it will be a goal kick for Dryden, but not a bad counter by Lansing.
Yeah, nice little chance there from Lansing right to start off, trying to catch the defense off guard.
And got it back, got by that last defender, but it rolled out of bounds, and that led to the cross off the throw-in. Allport goes short with her goal kick, and they're going up the left sideline. Now to Deely, who gets it backwards to Brotherton, last year's IAC MVP, and it's taken away right there by Lansing. And now carrying forward, still moving forward. I believe that's Jones, gets it to the left side. And it'll be Ivanek crossing left to right off the foot of Petrich, and it goes to her right, so couldn't settle it down enough. Great chance for Lansing again with the cross.
A nice team press from Lansing to take the ball away from Dryden, get a chance out of it, as Dan mentioned. Lansing almost put that in right there.
Yeah. Great cross by Ivanek, getting it right on the foot of Petrich, but couldn't get it settled down, and eventually was kicked out of bounds off the shins of Petrich. So it's Dryden with a deep throw-in in their own zone. And they're on the left side, nearly taken away by Lansing again. So early pressure from the Lansing Bobcats. And again, a midfield turnover. Lansing with the ball at the top of the box, trying to find Petrich on the right side. They do. Here's Haslinger. Haslinger towards the sideline in the corner now. Petrich crosses off the crossbar, and they can't get the rebound. And now settling it down is Bell. And now they go resetting towards midfield, but a great chance again for Lansing.
Lansing with an excellent team press there. Dryden seems pretty intent on playing out of the back, and Lansing's press has been suffering so far.
That was an excellent chance. Petrich putting it off the crossbar. Our photographer, John Brem, is here on site for this one. You can find the photos for this game at photos.espnithaca.com tomorrow. Haslinger pushing through the midfield and gets surrounded by defenders and resets things, going back to Issa Vence. And now they go up the right sideline. Petrich chasing it down. It goes over the back line, and it'll be a goal kick for Dryden.
Yeah, Lansing in the first 3 minutes of this game has completely controlled the midfield. That's where all their chances have come from so far, off takeaways from Dryden.
One thing you pointed out also before the game, Luke, 2 freshmen on the back line for Dryden in this one. Petrich crossing over to the middle. It's Jones at the top of the box. off her left foot, and it's taken away and cleared by Dryden. Off the head of Wilder, but it's Dryden at midfield. 4 players going on the rush, but they're settling it down to Brotherton and go back to the defensive line. And now it's Kate Lee up the left sideline. Here's Dryden looking to counter all of Lansing's great work early on in this game, but Wilder takes it away again and clears and nearly gets to Heasley. But instead, Dryden recovers defensively. It was Kater Zemansky pushing it up the left sideline. And now Dryden's going up the middle, waiting to stay on side. Is Dealey. Dealey on the right side. Gets one more pass. It's Russell. Russell going for the left corner, but her shot is wide. 36 minutes to go in the first half. Scoreless tie here, but both teams having their chances so far.
Yeah, both teams seem to be playing kind of an opposite style of soccer right now. Dryden sitting back, trying to play out of the back, while Lansing has a high back line, and we almost see them get burned there as Dryden switches the field and almost gets a shot on target.
They have only 4 defensemen on the back line for Lansing, and that almost got exploited there. Here's Brotherton off the goal kick for Dryden, but it's taken away by Lansing. Heasley in the middle of the field, trying to get up the right sideline to Petrich, but it was knocked away and kicked out of bounds by McKenna Crocker of Dryden. Lansing throws it in up the right sideline, and that one is chased down by Kate Lee, defender for Dryden. They're going to reset all the way to Hallie Allport. That one almost gets away from her, but she's able to chase it down before it goes over the back line. And they reset. Chloe Russell. Russell on the right side. Taken away. It's Lansing again. Ashley Bell. Goes right back to Dryden, though. Brotherton, last year's IAC MVP. Over to Russell, who was a point guard for the Dryden basketball team not too long ago. And Ava Wilder having a strong game defensively for Lansing, gets another turnover. Abby Jones. Her kick not strong enough. She wanted to go up the left side for Ravanek, and it goes out of bounds. Throw-in coming up.
Even though it hasn't been successful for Dryden so far, they continue to try to play out of the back.
Dryden throw-in from Finver. Finds Lobdell. And they reset all the way, does Lansing, to their goalie, Iris Borman, a team captain, a junior this year. She started last year as a sophomore. Wilder up to Bell. Nearly taken away by Russell. And Bell works for it and kicks it downfield. But that one goes right to Dryden. And it'll be Brotherton at midfield. Brotherton resets towards the back for Kater Zemansky. Kater Zemansky on the track and field team for Dryden as well. And Petrich pressuring for Lansing. Still Dryden sticking with their defense as the generation of their offense. So the kick up field rolls through, and it's taken away by Ava Wilder again for Lansing.
And Dryden seems to have settled in a bit here.
And now up the right side comes Hasslinger, but there's a quick turnover for Dryden. And they have it by midfield now, kicking it back towards Brotherton. Brotherton will strike and charge upfield when he least expected. She hasn't done that yet so far. And a long kick upfield gets chased down by Borman outside the box. So a deep kick by the goalie for Lansing gets to midfield, but immediately taken by Dryden.
Brotherton has been the heart of that Dryden midfield so far. She's doing the work defensively and offensively.
You can see why she was named the IC MVP last year and a team captain for this year. Borman has the ball for Lansing, their goaltender. Punting it upfield, goes up to the right side of midfield, and Petrich is able to settle it down. But again, another turnover by Dryden. And Liz Palumbo gets it up the right side. Nearly taken away, but Dryden recovers. Pressure from Ashley Bell of Lansing. Nice give and go upfield. It's Sophia Lynch. Cross. Oh, Dealey slipped on the cross. She wanted to go with her left foot.
A great pass from Liz Palumbo down the sideline, and Dryden just misses the tap in there. But like I said, Dryden's really picked it up since really the first 3 minutes of this game where Lansing had them on their heels.
Absolutely. That looked like a great chance for Allie Deely, but she couldn't get her footing as she looks like she slipped going for the left foot shot. And now a goal kick for Borman. Going short up the left side, Ashley Bell, her clear. Goes right off Sophia Lynch, and this time it does get upfield. Heasley settles it down. Hasslinger going up the right side. Nice through ball for Petrich, and she does have it up the right sideline. Going back towards the middle, wanting Heasley, and it's taken away by that Dryden defense.
Lansing almost hits Dryden with the counterattack there, something we talked a lot about in the pregame.
Excellent through ball to find Karina Petrich, but that didn't lead to anything. Hasslinger gets it back for Lansing. Petrich back to Hasslinger up the right sideline. Towards the corner flag. Here comes a cross, and not towards the middle of the field. It goes out of bounds. Past the back line, so it'll be a goal kick for Hallie Allport of Dryden. Allport, an ISC MVP, or ISC All-Star, I should say, last year, second team. Going short with her goal kick. Hollis Finver with it. Pass up the right side, Chloe Russell. Back to Finver, and now to the middle, it's Brotherton. Pressured by Hasslinger, resets to Allport.
Dryden remaining patient on their build-up here.
They're just a defensively sound team, but that time it's a turnover in their own zone as it goes out of bounds off the feet of the goalie, Hallie Allport. So it's a deep throw-in for Lansing in the offensive territory.
Yeah, this Lansing team press is really something. I mean, their back line is pushed way past midfield.
Yeah, Ava Wilder has been exceptional this game at the back line for Lansing so far. Here's a takeaway. Abby Jones passing to her left. Elise Jackson, it looks like, on the field for Lansing now. On the left side of the box, and they reset up to Bell. Deep kick from Bell, rolls harmlessly to the goalie, Hallie Allport, and it's Dryden's ball. Soft punt from Allport, and that's taken away by Lansing. Up the left sideline comes Elise Jackson, and gets it over to Heasley. Heasley with a cross, no one on the other side of it. And that'll be another goal kick for Dryden. Just under 30 minutes to go here in the first half. It's a scoreless tie between Dryden and Lansing, two very successful young teams playing each other.
A decent chance from Lansing there, coming off another takeaway from their team press. If you're Lansing right now, you got to stick with this team press. They've done such a nice job in forcing turnovers that lead to chances.
Yeah, we were wondering what the adjustments were going to be after last year's two games against Dryden ended not so well for Lansing. It was a 5-1 victory for Dryden and a 7-0 victory for Dryden in the two games they played each other. This time, Lansing looking a lot better in this game. Allport with the goal kick. Going to the right side, her defender, Hollis Finver with it. Now Chloe Russell again trying to go up the right sideline. She battles through a challenge from Lansing, but this time it's Ashley Bell forcing a turnover, and here comes a throw-in for Lansing.
You can tell Lansing head coach Eric Stickle has fantastic trust in his defense, considering he has them so up high on their line that he feels like their defenders could catch really any Dryden attacker on a counterattack.
And they've come through so far in this game. We've seen the couple of counterattack attempts from Dryden, but they've been snuffed out pretty well by Lansing. Brotherton charging upfield, but it's knocked away by Hasslinger, and Lansing will take over. Hasslinger going up the right sideline, gets past the defender. There's numbers for Lansing here. Cross at the top of the box, doesn't get to Abby Jones, but it is settled down by Lansing here. They try to go back to Jones, and Brotherton takes it away for Dryden. Another good rush for Lansing again, but can't get anything converted towards the net. Now on the other side, Deely wanted another rush up top, but again, it's taken away. Lansing up the left sideline. Elise Jackson gets it back to Abby Jones, team captain this year. Jones going towards the middle, off the head of Brotherton, and Hasslinger's not able to get it, so it's Dryden's ball. Now at midfield, here's Deely. Going up the right sideline, and chased down by Sophia Lynch. Defense spread out by Lansing. Dryden's trying to slow things down, and nearly a turnover, but they have it in the offensive zone for the first time in quite a while, it seems. Now up the left sideline. Pushing upfield is McKenna Crocker. And she's getting challenged by Reese Tody. And it's taken away. Upfield goes Lansing, but it's kept in by Dryden. I thought that went out of bounds, but here comes another counterattack by Dryden. They already have numbers up top. Emma Lobdell kicking it towards the middle and cleared by Bell and kept in.
The sneaky, dangerous ball from Dryden there.
Stuck in the corner is Lansing, and it will roll out of bounds, so a deep throw-in coming up in the offensive zone for Dryden. 26.5 to go in the first half. Still scoreless here. Competitive game. Lansing generating a lot of chances in the offensive zone, and Dryden just waiting their turn, it seems.
Yeah, the shifts in momentum have been back and forth. They've definitely been prevalent so far throughout this game.
And a throw-in, targeting Lynch for Dryden. At the top of the box, here's a kick towards the center. They do find Crocker, but her kick goes off of Ashley Bell, and that'll set up a corner kick. But great defense by Ashley Bell there as Dryden had in the box there.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Lansing has done a really nice job in handling Dryden's attacking counterattacks.
So it'll be a corner kick for Dryden, the first one we've seen from either side this game. And it'll be Allie Dealey on the ball. Kick towards the center, rebound, and nearly knocked in, but the save was made, I believe, by Reese Todi, kicking that out.
A fantastic save off the line from the Lansing defender.
That wasn't Borman who came up with that. That was the defender who kicked that out. But an excellent rebound chance off the corner kick by Dryden.
A heads-up play to even get on the line to begin with.
Yeah.
And to come up with the save, excellent from Lansing.
Borman punts it downfield. It goes up the right sideline, out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for Lansing at midfield. Best chance we've seen today for either side. It comes from the team that has spent less time in the offensive zone.
Yeah, Lansing's had more chances overall, but Dryden, I think, we can both agree, has had the better quality chances.
Yes. Emma Lobdell kicking it out of bounds at midfield for Dryden, so it'll be a Lansing throw-in. Still at midfield. They go up the sideline. Petrich leaves it off for Hasslinger. And there's a turnover. Dryden with some speed. Getting knocked off the ball was Dryden there and taken away by Kiara Torniciolo. Torniciolo tries to find Petrich. Knocked down, but Petrich is able to handle it. Gets it to Hasslinger, now up the sideline again. Petrich wanted it, but it goes out of bounds. And a throw-in coming up for Lauren Galini.
The refs have let these two teams play so far.
Yeah.
Some shoulder-to-shoulders we've seen.
Yeah, that was a body check by Torniciolo on that one to force the turnover. Throw-in coming up for Dryden. In their side of the field. And they're going to their defense. Kater Zemansky to Finver. Up to Lynch. And taken away by Bell. Again, you mentioned how far up the Lansing defenders play. And there's a turnover at top of the box here. Lansing with the chance, knocked down by Allport. That was Issa Vence.
Lansing, again, forcing another chance off a turnover from Dryden playing out of the back.
Issa Vence, a freshman, but played on team last year as an 8th grader. And another takeaway by Lansing off a goal kick. But Dryden's able to recover. And the ball goes off of Elise Jackson and out of bounds. And it'll be Dryden throwing. Abby Jones up the middle for Lansing, but a nice takeaway by Naomi Kater Zemansky. But a free kick is being signaled by the referee. So a couple steps ahead of the box, it will be Dryden with a free kick in their own defensive zone.
It looks like Lansing is going to make some subs soon, and with how much they're pressing, it makes sense.
Yeah. You can say more energy being expended on the Lansing side. It looks like Ava Wilder back on the field, and she has the ball right now for Lansing. Off that free kick. Now up the side is Karina Petrich, who's undefended right now. Here's a cross up the middle, popped in the air, and out of bounds off a Dryden foot, so that's going to be a corner kick, Lansing's first of the game.
A dangerous cross, well defended by the Dryden defender.
Petrich on the ball for the corner kick. Raises her hand. Here comes the kick. Almost finds Jones's head, but gets cleared by Dryden, but put right back in. Kater Szymanski having trouble with it. Abby Jones with a takeaway in the box with some defensive pressure, not letting Lansing get anything off there. And they get a clear, does Dryden. And now here's Dealey with some speed up the left side. And not letting her get through is Torniciolo. Strong defensive play. Here's Abby Jones for Lansing. Right side of the box, finds Petrich in the corner. Petrich with another cross. Oh, that was a shot off the crossbar. And that went off the field goal post, so that's going to be out of bounds.
It went off the football goal post.
So that's going to be a goal kick
It went off the
for Dryden.
An excellent shot from the Lansing attacker. And both teams so far are probably deserving of a goal, but
Yeah.
both teams' defenses have also stepped up when needed. But, man, probably the closest chance for Lansing so far.
That's the second time that Lansing has hit the crossbar. That time it was Petrich. Thought that was a cross, but that was a shot. Abby Jones with the takeaway off the goal kick. Fires one towards the net, but harmlessly rolls towards Allport, the goalie for Dryden. 20 minutes remaining in the first half. This game brought to you by Schraub Walker and Company, the active professionals, certified public accountants, and business consultants. And that one goes off of Lauren Galini and out of bounds, so it's a throw-in coming up for Lansing in the offensive zone. And they go to O'Callahan, but that's taken away. Brotherton back on the field for Dryden.
Brotherton just took on every Lansing midfielder and almost found a way through.
Chipped up field, but Ava Wilder's able to chase that down on the Lansing back line.
Go with it quick, let's go.
The Brotherton-Hasslinger matchup has been something to watch so far, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Two very talented players. Hasslinger led Lansing in goals last year with over 14. And Alex Brotherton, of course, the IC MVP from last season. Throw-in coming up for Lansing, just behind midfield. Yeah, it's a Class B versus Class C matchup. There's a takeaway by O'Callahan. Through ball upfield. And Lansing can't settle it down. Good defensive play by McKenna Crocker, as Elise Jackson nearly had a chance in the box.
Lansing experiencing most of the success right now. Dryden, again, cannot break that press. They're having such a hard time, and Lansing getting so many chances off of it.
Lulani Hasslinger taking the corner kick for Lansing. Here it comes. Lansing grouped up in the middle. They break out off the head of Brotherton and cleared. Bell able to settle it down for Lansing. Kicked in with her left foot. Diving stop by Allport. And that's still loose. O'Callahan chasing it down for Lansing. Back to Jones. And Dryden's able to clear. Another wonderful chance for Lansing.
Haley Allport with a really, really nice save. A great strike from the Lansing attacker, but an even better save from Haley Allport.
Yeah, Ashley Bell with a great chance for Lansing. But Allport showing why she was an IC All-Star last season. And there's a clear upfield. Dryden chasing it down, but Bell again showing up big. And Bell able to kick it off of Dryden's attacker and get it out of bounds, so a throw-in coming up for Lansing.
An excellent play from Ashley Bell. She came from behind, chasing down the Dryden attacker, and then was able to force a throw in Lansing's favor.
That was Sophia Lynch, who she was battling, a senior on this Dryden team. A couple of subs coming in for Lansing. 18 minutes left in this first half. 0-0 is the score. Lansing's been generating chance after chance in this one, hitting the crossbar a couple times, forcing Allport to make a diving save, and a Dryden throw-in coming up in their own zone. They get up to Lynch, taken away by Bell. Now Abby Jones. There's Brotherton, nearly knocked off the ball, but she's too strong for that. Tries to find a through ball, but can't get it through the legs of Torniciolo, and again, it's cleared up by Dryden, but Ava Wilder going back to chase it down for Lansing. Oh, nearly a turnover. Galini, left foot, diving stop by Borman. Galini coming up big. They didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, Lansing a bit lackadaisical there on defense. Got to have a bit more urgency when you're playing out of the back like that.
And Galini was the star of the Dryden girls basketball team this season, and showcasing her speed on that play. Here's another takeaway. Crocker trying to go up the right side, but Bell, nothing's getting through her in this game. Avanek tries to find Jones, but chasing it down is Brotherton. They go to Kater Szymanski. Her clear goes off of O'Callahan. Ball's loose. Szymanski's able to chase it down and goes up the left side. Nearly a turnover.
A nice play from Szymanski to get that out. She was being chased by 3 Lansing defenders.
And now on the left side is Dryden. Looks like this is Galini. Cleared upfield by Dryden. Ashley Bell knocking it down. Dryden able to recover. And Crocker. Going up the right side, Ashley Bell has it taken away. Oh, but Bell still battling. Gets it back for Lansing and clears it upfield off the foot of Finver. And it will roll out of bounds for Lansing throwing in the offensive zone. Avanek will be on it. This game brought to you by Pritchard Automotive. We wrote the book on quality and value, located 2 blocks off the downtown Commons. Just under 16 minutes to go in the first half. 0-0 between Dryden and Lansing. And it looks like we're going to get a mask break. So, I mean, I don't know. Can you imagine playing a game like soccer in a mask? It's a whole lot of running, and that could get tiring.
It's certainly difficult. I mean, you're running back and forth, especially as a midfielder, and then all of a sudden you try to take a breath, and you just can't anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, so with this mask break, we'll take a quick break here in the first half. It's 0-0 with just under 16 to go between Lansing and Dryden. You're listening to Section 4 High School Soccer here on ESPN Ithaca.
Home of Between the Lines with Nick Karski. ESPN Ithaca, 107.1 FM, 1160 AM, WPIE. Trumansburg, Ithaca, Watkins Glen.
Did you know Cargill-Cayuga Salt Mine has operated more than 9 years and 4 million safe hours without a lost time injury? That's more than 200 employees working in a safe environment to produce road salt and de-icing technology that protects lives. The National Mining Association recently awarded Cargill-Cayuga Salt Mine with the Sentinels of Safety Award 3 times. This is the nation's most prestigious recognition of mine safety. Thank you to the Cayuga Mine Team for making our mine a sentinel of safety. Cargill, helping the world thrive.
My truck just passed 90,000 miles.
How do these people do it?
My car has over 105,000 miles on it.
How do these people keep their vehicles on the road for so long?
I've never had a ridiculous repair bill.
The answer is Phoenix Auto. Honest repairs, accurate pricing, and very reasonable.
Why drive new? You can save thousands thanks to Phoenix Auto Repair.
Phoenix Auto Repair, off by the crossroads in Lansing. Repairs done right the first time, with free estimates welcome.
Fix it at Phoenix.
Want better insurance coverage for less money? Who doesn't? SeidelInsurance.com. That's SIDLE Insurance.com. Dave Seidel from Seidel Insurance here. Give us a call, stop by, or find us at SeidelInsurance.com.
Welcome back to Dryden. Just had a mask break here in the first half. 16 minutes to go between Dryden and Lansing. It's scoreless so far, but chances have been generated on both sides. Both goalies have been forced to make diving stops. Lansing has hit the crossbar a couple times. There was one play where Dryden nearly kicked it in off a corner kick, but Lansing defender keeping it out just on the goal line. So very impressive stuff so far from both teams in this one. Dan Daugherty here alongside Luke Begoni here on ESPN Ithaca. We got a very good game so far between these two teams. And it starts with Lansing with a throw-in on the left side, but that'll go right back out for Dryden throw-in in their own defensive territory. This game brought to you by McPherson Builders, serving the Ithaca community with quality and pride, and a proud supporter of high school athletes. There's a takeaway in Dryden's defensive zone. Petrich trying to get up to the middle for Heasley, but doesn't get past the back line of Naomi Kater Szymanski. Kicked out of bounds. Lansing with another throw-in. Looks like they've moved Karina Petrich from her right wing position down towards the left side of the field now.
Yeah, she had a lot of success on that right side, probably trying to get more of that success down the left.
Ashley Bell with a throw-in. Tries to find Hasslinger, knocked away by Brotherton. But Wilder's able to recover for Lansing. And they have it on their defensive line. And now here's Hasslinger battling Galini. Tries to pass up the middle. And left side, Ashley Bell. Bell approaching the box. Stops her dribble. Cross into the middle. Petrich approaching, left foot. Pass to Heasley. They don't get the shot off. Here's Bell, left foot. And that's way over the net. But nearly a good chance. Lansing just didn't shoot on that one.
That was really strong from Lansing. A great cross and a great layoff from Hasslinger, and unable to get the shot off. But Lansing coming out off this match break with a lot of pressure.
Yeah. That's been the story of the first half. Lansing with a lot of continuous pressure, but Dryden taking advantage of the chances they have. Dealey forcing a turnover, coming back from her striking position. And here's Galini on the left side for Dryden. Brotherton tries to clear, knocked away. And Naomi Kater-Zemansky keeping it for Dryden. Galini up the left side now towards the middle. Here's Bell taking it away for Lansing. And now Hasslinger going up the right side. Lansing with another chance here. O'Callahan crossing. It was a ground ball, and it was snuffed out by Kater-Zemansky, who clears it downfield.
Yeah, Hasslinger doing an excellent job receiving the ball from the center defensive mids and then playing it out wide, and Lansing whipping in crosses.
Here's Galini with her speed again, trying to get past Torniciolo. Can't do it. And it's kept in and cleared by Torniciolo, kept in the offensive zone for Lansing. O'Callahan. Taken away. Now Dryden's ball. 13 minutes left in the first half. Dryden and Lansing girls soccer tied at 0. It's a competitive scoreless tie right now between these two teams. After last year, these games weren't very competitive. Dryden dominated both games, but this year Lansing coming out with a lot of fire. Brotherton with a strong turnover and clean, no foul called. Clears it downfield up the left side, and it can't get past Ava Waller of Lansing, who forces it out of bounds, and that'll be a Lansing throw-in.
A physical tackle from Brotherton, but a clean one at that.
Yeah. Looks like she got down to her knee and got her right foot on the ball.
Like at the beginning of the year.
Throw-in coming up for Lansing. Hasslinger. Now at the right side. Brotherton able to take away for Dryden. Up to Dealey. Allie Dealey, left side of the box, knocked away by Wilder. But Dryden's able to keep it in. Galini. Now in the corner is Dealey. Tries to go up the back line, but it goes out of bounds for a goal kick for Iris Borman of Lansing.
Brotherton and Hasslinger have kind of been serving the same purpose for their teams, kind of the heart of their midfield and tracking back on defense when needed. But on attack, especially Hasslinger, she's been amazing. Like I said before, distributing out to other attackers. Lansing has just yet to find that finishing piece.
Yeah, both very, very talented players. Hasslinger and Brotherton are. Cleared downfield by Borman off the goal kick. Settled down by Hasslinger. Ashley Bell on the left side. She's had a very strong game for Lansing so far. Kicked upfield. Ivanek trying to chase it down. But Kater-Zemansky gets there first for Dryden. Off of Ivanek and out of bounds. And that'll be a Dryden throw-in.
Yeah, a really nice ball from Ashley Bell right down the sideline to really get Lansing out of their own half.
So deep defensive zone throwing coming up for Finver of Dryden. Up the right side and out of bounds it goes. And that'll be a Lansing throw-in. Ashley Bell on it. 10 minutes left in the first half. Chipped in by Bell, but Allport will come out and chase that down for Dryden, and we'll look to punt it downfield. It goes right to Galini, who is able to settle that one down.
How many games at this field?
Now at midfield is Dryden. Up the middle, gets past Dealey, and Bell will reset things, giving it back to her goalkeeper, Iris Borman, but that's taken away. McKenna Crocker on the right side of the box, right foot shot, and stopped by Borman.
A nice recovery from Borman after the giveaway. Comes up with a nice save.
This game brought to you by Tompkins Trust Company, locally focused, a world of possibilities. Borman with a strong punt past midfield. Oh, gets past Kater Zemansky. Heasley right behind her and forces a turnover. Left side of the box. Oh, tries to find Petrich, but the pass was too far ahead, and Brotherton is able to take it away for Dryden. Sophia Lynch with it, the senior. Oh, strong through ball. Here's Allie Dealey. Up the middle she goes. Chased down by a Lansing defender and squeezed out by Ava Wilder to prevent that chance from happening. Great work by Lansing to fall back in time.
Ava Wilder once again coming to the rescue for this Lansing defense. She came out of nowhere to steal that ball away and probably prevent a goal.
Yeah, Daly had a lot of daylight. But Wilder working together with Reese Tody to stop that from happening.
Yeah, Ashley Bell and Ava Wilder have been really key for this Lansing team, both really offensively and defensively.
Bell throws it in. And it will go to Brotherton of Dryden. Kicked up the right side, and Ava Wilder forcing another turnover. But that goes right back to McKenna Crocker. Cross coming up, Need, and that was in. Goes off the knee of a Dryden player. We're looking to see who the goal scorer was, but that's 1-0 Dryden off a strong cross from McKenna Crocker. And that comes with 8.5 to go in the first half. That looks like it's Chloe Russell scoring that one for Dryden.
It's certainly an awkward cross from the Dryden midfielder and an awkward collision.
Yeah.
From Chloe Russell and Iris Barman. And certainly unfortunate if you're Lansing right now to give up a goal off that, considering the half you've had.
Yeah.
But then again, double mindset with that, you can easily score and equalize this game.
And they had a kickoff, but let's see. We're going to reset the kickoff. But great goal by Chloe Russell. It went off her knee and popped up into the air and snuck in under the crossbar to get the first goal of the game. Abby Jones starting things off for Lansing here with 8 to go in the first half. Lansing trails by 1, and that's a turnover right off the kickoff. Allie Dealey pushing upfield, but it's cleared by Ashley Bell again. Stopped by Finver. Pressure from Lansing. Brotherton's able to settle that down. And now up the right side goes Dryden through the middle. Dealey misses it, but Torniciolo chases it down. Wilder getting pressured by Dryden here. That's Liz Palumbo. And she's forced to kick it out of bounds for a Dryden offensive zone throw-in. Looks like Dryden with a late push in the first half. And a lot more offensive zone time here.
Yeah, they've upped their pressure a bit, similar to what we saw with Lansing really throughout this entire half. Now it's been Dryden who's really been the one pressing on Lansing's defense, and we just saw Ava Wilder, the Dryden attack, forced her into a turnover, and this is how the goal was scored, off a turnover.
Yeah. And the throw was targeted for Crocker, but it's taken away by Lansing. Stopped at midfield by Dryden. Brotherton carrying it up the right sideline. Crocker towards the middle. And Wilder's able to kick that away for Lansing. Abby Jones clearing the ball. Stopped at midfield. Tode going up the right side, but Galini takes it away for Dryden. At the logo, Brotherton. Pressured, kicks to the left. It rolls out of bounds. That'll be a Lansing throw-in. In their defensive zone. 6.5 to go in the first half. 1-0 Dryden off a goal from Chloe Russell late in the first half. A lot of chances for Lansing, though. So this lead is not safe.
Yeah, Lansing has to find a way to find that momentum they had earlier in the half to get into halftime, even if it's 1-0 still. To go in with some momentum, great key to the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. This game brought to you by Cuga Health, the right care right here. Throw-in from Dryden goes to Brotherton at midfield. Cleared upfield. Ashley Bell able to track it down, but it's going to go all the way to Iris Borman, the goalkeeper for Lansing. Hasslinger up the middle. Right behind midfield. She leaves it off for Jones. Back to Hasslinger. And now they're charging up the right side. Left foot pass. Goes to Heasley. Battling with Galini. And Heasley's able to keep it for Lansing, but oh no, that's a Lansing throw-in.
something for Lansing to discuss at halftime between the defense and the goalie, Iris Borman. A lot of miscommunication so far. We've seen a good amount of giveaways between the two, so something to really work on coming into the second half.
I mean, we've seen just the general adjustments that Lansing has made from last season to this season against Dryden. We'll see if they can make half-to-half adjustments. Another throw-in coming up for Lansing, an offensive zone. Heasley on it. Very impressive last year as an 8th grader for this Lansing team. And her throw-in goes all the way downfield, past the back line, and a goal kick coming up. 4:50 to go in the first half. Some subs coming in for Dryden.
If you're Lansing head coach Eric Stickler, are you feeling good about this half, assuming it ends 1-0?
Absolutely, 100%. I think they've the amount of pressure they've put on, 2 of those shots. I mean, 3 of those shots, I think you could say, could have very well gone in for Lansing. 2 off the crossbar, 1 a diving stop for Hallie Allport. So just a really good first half, I think, for Lansing. But, of course, Dryden taking advantage of the chances they've had.
Yeah, I'd say a bit harsh right now that Lansing is down 1-0.
Yeah. Lauren Galini with it in the back for Dryden. Abby Jones with a takeaway. Here's Hasslinger. Hasslinger trying to go back to Jones at the middle. A strong defensive play by Kater Zemansky, but another takeaway by Lansing. Petrich at the top of the box, and Brotherton comes up big there. And now she's charging upfield with a head of steam. Long kick up, but Bell was able to get there first for Lansing. Not over yet, though. Brotherton at midfield. And cleared finally by Kiara Tanishielo.
Ashley Bell with a really smart defensive play. Dryden was through on break there after Alex Brotherton had an excellent takeaway down by the box. Dryden was gone on a counterattack, and Ashley Bell found a way back and really broke up what would have been a breakaway for Dryden.
Absolutely. And now Dryden trying to move upfield again, but Wilder comes up with the turnover for Lansing. Heasley, not able to get past Brotherton. And Dryden gets it upfield. There's a takeaway by Tanishielo. She's very strong on the ball. Goes out of bounds. It's a Lansing throw-in, knocking a player down in the process. Dryden's able to take away off the throw-in, balancing off the sideline. Brotherton behind midfield. Heasley trying to chase it down. 2:50 to go in the first half. 1-0 Dryden. The goal scored with about 8 minutes left in the first half by Chloe Russell of Dryden. Ashley Bell has it taken away by Sophia Lynch. Dryden outside the box, cross towards the middle, and Borman's able to come out and get there before Russell gets her second goal of the game.
A nice play from Iris Borman to get off her line quickly. That was a dangerous cross from Dryden.
The punt goes off of Petrich's shoulder, and it's taken away by Dryden. Another turnover forced by Lansing's defense. Tanishielo coming up with that one. But Dryden keeps the pressure on. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Brotherton going back towards midfield. Kicked off of O'Callahan and out of bounds. That'll be Dryden's throw-in. It'll be a throw-in up the right sideline. That's cleared out by Ashley Bell, and it'll go right back out for another Dryden throw-in. 1:40 to go in the first half. This game brought to you by William George Agency. Make a difference in a young person's life while thriving in a new career at William George Agency for Children's Services. Pressure coming from Dryden, but they'll roll into the box without any pursuit from Dryden. And Borman's able to handle it with ease. Just over a minute left in the first half. Again, Lansing trailing. They've really had a lot of great chances in this one. Emma Heasley pressuring, but it's cleared out towards midfield. Here's Tody for Lansing. Battling with Dealey, and it goes out of bounds for Dryden throwing at midfield.
Dryden heading into halftime here, assuming it holds at 1-0 just under a minute to go here, has to be happy with the 1-0 lead, considering the chances that Lansing has had so far.
Yeah, absolutely. They've come on strong in the second part of this first half, has Dryden. A lot more offensive possession time.
It seems like the mask break did them pretty well.
Yeah. Ball goes out of bounds for a Lansing throw-in with 30 seconds left in the first half. Another throw-in coming up for Lansing. They're just stuck on the sideline right now. Traveling down the sideline thanks to the throw-ins. 10 on the clock. Trying to go to Jones in the middle. Jackson pressuring, but it's Brotherton. Very tough to take it away from Brotherton, and that's how the first half will end, with Brotherton keeping it away from Lansing's pursuit. It is 1-0 Dryden here at halftime. Very competitive game so far. You are listening to Section 4 Girls Soccer here on ESPN Ithaca. It's halftime here in Dryden. Girls soccer matchup between the Lansing Bobcats and Dryden Lions. It's 1-0 Dryden after 40 minutes of play. Dan Daugherty here alongside Luke Bagoni here on ESPN Ithaca. Halftime brought to you by Cargill Cayuga Mine, providing de-icing solutions that save lives, enhance commerce, and reduce environmental impacts. Very fun first half we've seen here at the new look Volante Field. Turf field now, it used to be grass, but chances on both sides. Lansing putting on a lot of pressure in the offensive zone. A couple shots off the crossbar. Hallie Allport making a couple great saves. But it was Dryden that came through late with a Chloe Russell goal off a cross that went off her knee and popped in the air and snuck through with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Overall, just a very competitive half, Luke.
Yeah, Dan, a lot of fun chances so far. I mean, as you mentioned, Lansing came out really right away and was firing on all cylinders, hit the crossbar twice. But Dryden withheld their pressure, calmed down a little bit, went into the mask break, maybe a little bit on their heels, came back out, and looked like the better team.
Yeah. So do you think that was maybe a strategy, like weather that early storm and come out strong in that second half of the first half per se? Because Dryden was really dominating possession late in that first half.
Yeah, if I were to guess, Dryden heading into that mask break, if you're their head coach, he probably told them to relax a little bit. It's the first game of the season, the first game in a long, long time. They came back out. They looked a lot more relaxed. They handled the Lansing pressure much better. I mean, we talked about earlier in the half, Lansing was pressing really, really high up, and Dryden was struggling with it. Came back from the mask break and looked a lot better with it. Now, I think if you're Lansing, you shouldn't be discouraged by that goal.
Yeah.
I think you should come out in the second half and continue with that pressure. And if you're Dryden, maybe don't commit to playing out of the back so much when you have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I was going to ask more detailed adjustments. What could Lansing do to break through that defense and try to sneak one through that back line?
Again, I would keep up with the pressure. I mean, Lulani Haslinger has been fantastic so far for Lansing. You need to get the ball to her because she's been the key piece in the midfield. She's found people out wide. She's found the strikers. She's led to getting shots on goals. And also, I think you have to avoid Alex Brotherton, which is easier said than done because she's a menace really down the middle. I mean, she's incredibly tough to get by, and Lansing has struggled to get by her so far. But again, I would still keep that same strategy of keeping a high defensive line and a high press.
And for Dryden, if you were to tweak anything, what would you adjust for that second half?
Again, I would maybe leave playing out of the back of it because when you're nursing a 1-0 lead, playing out of the back is risky in itself. Maybe if you go up 2 or 3-0, you feel more comfortable with it. But again, with how Lansing has settled or how Lansing has handled Dryden's playing out of the back so far, I'd be nervous heading into the second half with it. And I think Lansing's going to come out hard. So if you're Dryden, maybe adapt to more of the kick and run approach. That's where they've had some success so far. And maybe try to get balls out wide that leads to crosses. That's how they led to their goal.
Absolutely. And we'll see if those teams can make those adjustments. When we come back, it is 1-0 Dryden after a half of play here in the girls soccer season opener. You are listening to Section 4 Girls Soccer here on ESPN Ithaca. Welcome back to Dryden's Volante Field. Nice turf field now, just installed over the offseason. It is Dryden Girls Soccer with a 1-0 lead over Lansing in the season opener. It's been a very competitive game so far. Second half just about to begin. Dan Darty here alongside Luke Bigoni on ESPN Ithaca. We're switching sides. Lansing now going left to right. Dryden going right to left. And Dryden breaking their huddle very soon. But we'll see how Lansing's able to respond to that late goal from Dryden. They came out so strong early in the first half, trying to likely looking to repeat that in the second half here.
Yeah, I would imagine that head coach Eric Stickle reiterated the message that we need to keep the pressure up, and eventually they'll find the back of the net. As Dan and I were talking about, we don't think we've seen the last goal in this game.
Yeah.
We do think we'll see some more goals because both teams have had really quality chances. Both goalies have come up big at some point, and Dryden was able to take advantage, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And then one thing we do want to touch on before we get the second half going, the youth of both these teams. Last year, Dryden had one senior, Ashley Scheidweiler, who graduated. Lansing, on the other side, had two seniors who graduated. And this year, Lansing still has two seniors. So just the amount of success that this team had last year with just two seniors, very impressive, and looking forward to seeing what Lansing can do in the next few years.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Lansing responds in this half, considering they have 14 underclassmen on their roster.
Yeah, definitely. Great game to open up the season here. Chloe Russell with it for Dryden on the right side. Kicks it out of bounds, but it will be a Dryden throw-in as it went off a Lansing defender. And this will be an early offensive possession for Dryden. Oh, Russell was trying to sneak up field on that throw-in. Has to step back a few yards.
Ref giving her a difficult time here.
Yeah. She threw the ball in, but the ref stopped that one and had her move back a few more yards. So they go soft on the throw-in, and that's going to go over to Lansing now.
I think an illegal throw.
Huh. What a sequence there. So a couple of faulty throw-ins, and then now it's Lansing's ball. It goes up to Heasley. Alex Brotherton takes over possession for Dryden, trying to charge upfield, but can't get past Kiara Tanishilo. This Lansing back line is very impressive in this game. Ava Wilder, Ashley Bell, Kiara Tanishilo, both, all three of those players just brick walls back there. But now here's Allie Dealey trying to break through that. Can't get past Ashley Bell. Dealey, able to get the ball away from Bell. Gets it to the top of the box, and it rolls softly towards Borman, who mishandled it just a bit. Able to recover before Lynch charged in for Dryden. So Borman settling down. Things here in the second half. Looking to punt it away.
With a really nice effort for Dryden there. Able to at least cross it in. She was being hampered by Ashley Bell.
Yeah, absolutely. Off the punt, Dryden's able to take it away. It's Alex Brotherton, the defending IAC MVP from last year for Dryden, but Abby Jones is able to take it for for Lansing rather. Here's Emma Heasley. Lansing with the ball, right side. Heasley crosses, goes all the way across for Ivanek, and it rolls to the left side of the box. Oh, a soft kick from Ivanek, and it's taken away by Dryden.
Close from Lansing there, just couldn't execute the final part.
Great cross, just couldn't find a foot on the other side of it. Allie Dealey with a through ball. And it is chased down by Emma Laudel. They reset. Russell back to Dealey. Dealey kicking into the box, and it will roll all the way to the goalkeeper, Iris Borman.
Ashley Bell she did it in the first half. She's done a fantastic job in tracking runs down the sideline and catching up and really preventing a cross or really anything dangerous.
Yeah, we talked about this before we were on air. When you notice defense, that means they're doing really good. And Ashley Bell has been a player like that in this game. And a throw-in coming up for Lansing. Long throw-in upfield. But Dryden able to handle it. Here's McKenna Crocker charging up the left side. Tanishilo chases it down for Lansing and clears it out of bounds. This game brought to you by Guthrie Clinic, helping you get off the bench and back in the game. Throw-in goes into Dealey. They reset to Crocker on the left side. Kick into the middle, goes all the way through, and Bell able to clear it over the head of Brotherton. Doesn't get to midfield, and Dryden's able to keep it.
Some really nice off-ball movement from Dryden there.
Here's Liz Palumbo. Going to her left, it's Crocker. Back into the middle. Now a give and go. Crocker, right foot, blocked by Wilder. And Lansing's able to clear it.
Ava Wild to the rescue again. That was a fantastic block.
Here's Hasslinger, charging up the right side for Lansing. Up to Petrich, who's back on her right wing position. Switched late to left side in the first half. But now she's back on the right. Here's Hasslinger again. Off a turnover. Hasslinger charging right at the middle. Can't get past Szymanski, but she's able to recover. Hasslinger pooches it into the box, and it goes all the way to Allport. And it'll be Dryden's ball.
Nice hold from the Dryden defense. Hasslinger looked like she had her eye on goal there, trying to take it really from midfield.
35 minutes left in the second half. Dryden leading 1-0. There was some pressure coming. That was from Lobdell, but Lansing's able to keep the ball and clear it upfield. Dealey for Dryden, taken away. That was by Vence. Still going up the sideline. Back and forth between the two teams, and that one finally goes out of bounds. It'll be Lansing throwing. Some subs coming in. Bell throws it in on the left side. It goes all the way to Jones. Lansing with the ball. Russell forcing Jones to change the direction, but she still has it. Trying to find the middle of the field. It's Hasslinger. Turns away to Vence. Vence moving to her right. Gets it to Petrich. A couple yards outside the box. Left foot cross. Knocked away by Finver. And Petrich takes away at the corner of the box. Tries to go inside with the left foot. Knocked away. Brotherton gets it for Dryden.
Dryden with great team defending there. They had 8 people behind the ball.
But another takeaway from Lansing. Hasslinger to Jones, trying to give and go. Finds Heasley. And that'll roll out of bounds off of Dryden for a throw-in.
The work rates on Dryden's midfield has been miraculous.
Yeah.
I mean, you look back, they got 8 people behind the ball right now.
Hasslinger with it. A good 15 yards behind the box. Torniciolo gets it inside at the top of the box. Oh, Vance not able to get a shot off, but she had a great window of opportunity there. Couldn't take advantage, though.
I think she was shocked that the ball found her in that position.
Wide open. But still, it's Lansing's ball. Another throw-in coming up in the offensive zone. They go to Heasley. Freshman. Taken away by Lynch. Dryden's ball. Crocker towards the middle. Torniciolo pressuring and keeping the ball in Lansing's possession. But now Brotherton countering. Torniciolo pinch, and she can't get back. Brotherton all the way through. Gets past Wilder. She's all alone, top of the box now. Brotherton versus Borman, then sneaks it through. Does Brotherton. It's 2-0 Dryden. What an effort by Alex Brotherton to force a turnover and go coast to coast, essentially, scoring that goal for Dryden.
She did take that coast to coast. That was essentially a 70-yard run from side to side. She puts the ball in the back of the net, gives Dryden a 2-0 lead. And again, harsh for Lansing. They had really a ton of pressure within the last 2 or 3 minutes, and then Brotherton just turns on a different mode and finds the back of the net.
Yeah, we saw that definitely last year in the IAC Championships. A long game against Waverly that needed a couple extra periods, and then somehow Brotherton just found a second gear and started making charges towards the net, and eventually forced the penalty kick that won the game for Dryden. And we saw that there. Like you said, a 70-yard run downfield off a turnover for Brotherton leads to a goal. 2-0 Dryden here with 32 minutes to go in the second half.
Showed off her pace as well to outpace really Ava Wilder and the Lansing defense to find the back of the net. That's something that really no Dryden attackers have been able to do all day. So again, incredibly impressive.
And that play was off a great pinch from Chiara Torniciolo in the offensive zone for Lansing. She forced the turnover, did what she had to do, but then a quick turnover, and Brotherton just found daylight and ran all the way downfield. There's a turnover thrown from Dryden, and Hasslinger is able to take it away. Lansing trying to get to midfield. Abby Jones with it. Cleared up field, and Dryden's able to take it away. Crocker with it. Goes to Brotherton, and they reset. It's back to Samantha Brown. Brown in for the first time this game for Dryden. And Hasslinger able to force a turnover in the offensive zone for Lansing. Jones gets it to Hasslinger, top of the box. Gets a right foot shot, knocked down by Allport. Didn't expect that from outside the box from Hasslinger. That was a nice chance.
Yeah, Hasslinger with a really nice shot off the give and go, and Allport comes up big again with a nice save.
Yeah, Allport has the frame you want as a goalie, just long and tall. Ashley Bell has it taken away by Chloe Russell at midfield. Looks like that was offside.
A bit too excited was Dryden right there.
Yeah. Ava Wilder will be on the free kick for Lansing. It's 2-0 Dryden with 30.5 to go in the second half. Alex Brotherton with an excellent goal to get Dryden going in the second half of play. Cleared up by Wilder. And it'll be a throw-in in the offensive zone for Lansing. Hasslinger going back towards midfield, but turns. Nice quick turn from Hasslinger. Has Brotherton, cuts to her right. Hasslinger still on the ball. Goes all the way to the right side for Petrich. Just outside the box. Resets it to Hasslinger. Hasslinger with a nice dribble move. Kicks it inside. And a little too far for O'Callahan in the middle. And that's taken away by Allport, the goaltender.
It was right in between a cross and a shot. A little too hard for a cross, but a little too soft for a shot.
This game brought to you by IBEW, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 241. We're your friends and neighbors, and we are proud to support local high school sports. And a takeaway in the offensive zone for Lansing. Petrich can't get past Naomi Kater-Zemansky, and that's cleared out of bounds. Lansing, another throw-in.
Lansing, outside of the one goal from Dryden so far, has been completely dominant this half. The ball's been on the Dryden defensive zone for really the entire time.
That's been the story of this game. Time possession likely really pointing in Lansing's favor in this game, but Dryden taking advantage of the opportunities they have. Ashley Bell pinching upfield. Goes back to her defensive teammate, Ava Wilder. Long kick just in front of midfield. Bounces on Allport. She's able to knock it down. A little dangerous there from Allport. She had Abby Jones charging in to try to get a rebound. Punted upfield by Allport. Dryden with the ball. Now here's Lobdell. A little give and go up the right side, and Wilder able to snuff that out and got it going the other way. Past midfield, but sent right back in by Finver of Dryden. And Bell will get that one for Lansing. It'll be a Lansing throw-in their own defensive zone.
If there is a next goal in this game, like to say in soccer, the biggest one or the most dangerous lead is 2-0. Is when you concede at 2-0, go to 2-1, and you're trying to hold on for the win as opposed to the tie. While if you make it 3-0, then the game is pretty much put to bed.
We'll see who can break through next, if anyone can. It's been a very sound defense on both sides in this game. Abby Jones with it for Lansing, gets past midfield. Nice pass up to O'Callahan. She tries to reset, but it goes right to Sophia Lynch of Dryden. Kept in off of Petrich. And Tunishio's clearing for Lansing. Keeps in the offensive zone. Jones with it. Jones about 10 yards away from the box. Tries to kick it in. No one at the receiving end of that. And it's cleared away, but Tunishio pinching keeps it ahead of midfield for Lansing. Hasslinger with it. Oh, push from behind by Dealey, no call. And Petrich, looks like they were playing with advantage or a foul called on Petrich there. So it'll be a deep free kick for Lansing. A nice chance here to make something happen on a set piece.
I was going to add, that initial tackle on Hasslinger was pretty rough.
Yeah, from behind too.
Well, let's see if Lansing could get the finishing piece here.
Ava Wilder on the kick from the right side of the box. Fakes her charge. Here comes the cross, and it looks like Wilder didn't get everything she wanted on that one. It goes over the net and out of bounds. And that'll be a goal kick for Dryden.
Yeah, she just couldn't get around it. I think she tried to curl it in, but ended up going over the crossbar.
I know this because that's what happened.
Goal kick coming up, and it won't be Allport taking it. It will be Kater Zamansky. Nice charge by Elise Jackson, keeps it in for Lansing. But now Brotherton's able to take that right back for Dryden. Oh, nice dribble move. And left foot kick upfield. Trying to find Lobdell, but Bell closes her off and gets it back for Lansing. Nice takeaway from behind for Dryden. But it goes right back to Lansing. Vence can't get it past Brotherton, and it's back to Dryden's ball. 25 minutes left in the second half here. Dryden leads 2-0 after Alex Brotherton goes coast to coast off a turnover to score the second goal of the game for Dryden. Here's Sophia Lynch, a senior on this team. Goes off the feet of Lansing defender Ava Wilder. And now Liz Palumbo gets to Lynch. Lynch passes one into the box. No one there, and it goes right to Borman, the keeper.
I'm curious to see if the Dryden head coach will have his team kind of push up a little bit, because Lansing right now playing looks like with 3 defenders and really trying to get that first goal to try and equalize here. But Dryden, they can hit on the counterattack. They can make this a 3-goal game.
Sometimes the best defense is good offense. But right now, it's Lansing's ball in the defensive zone. Tunishilo gets it up to Hasslinger. Hasslinger slowing her dribble. Now going towards midfield. Looking for Jones. Settled down. Picked up field. Not enough on that one, and it's sent right back to Lansing's defensive zone, but kicked up to Hasslinger. Soft pass up to Petrich. She had some daylight, but couldn't take advantage. And instead goes into the middle for Hasslinger. Hasslinger charging upfield, trying to split the defense. Loose ball now. And kicked away by Golini. Ashley Bell back to Wilder. Wilder up the left sideline. Still charging upfield. They get it back to Wilder. Left corner of the box. Kept in. Wilder still with the ball. Now inside the box. Left foot goes off a defender and out of bounds for a corner kick. Great effort by Ava Wilder, pinching up from her defensive position.
Yeah, fantastic run. She took that from midfield, took it down the left side, and forced a corner out of it. Now, if you're head coach Eric Stickle, are you thinking maybe try and get Ava Wilder and Ashley Bell up? I mean, they've been 2 of the better players for Lansing today.
Bell had that great chance in the first half when she pinched and forced Allport to make a diving save. Corner kick coming up for Lansing. Here it goes to Jones in the middle and cleared out by Finver. And Dryden's able to keep it away. Dealey charging upfield. Tornishilo strong on defense. Forces a turnover. And Lansing trying to counter again. Finver with another clear. That one goes up to Nicole Morrow. Morrow on the right side. Pass to her left off the foot of Galini and taken away by Lansing. Cleared upfield, but another clear by Finver. 22.5 to go in the second half. It's 2-0 Dryden. Lansing looking to convert on one of their many chances in this game.
They got numbers right here.
Ashley Bell, kick towards the middle. It's Petrich. Goes to Hasslinger. Off a nice defensive play from Dryden. Lansing still with the ball. Kicked up to Petrich. Right side. Tries to pass it towards the middle, does Petrich, and it's taken away. Dryden's ball again. Palumbo. Tries to go upfield, but instead, Wilder takes away. Lansing again. Another rush coming. Abby Jones. Chip pass up to Hasslinger. One more to Petrich. Petrich, right foot shot, right to Allport. Not a bad chance. A nice little chip by Abby Jones to get that to Hasslinger.
Yeah, following the turnover and then the shot from Petrich, you can clearly see she's a bit frustrated.
Yeah.
As most of the Lansing players probably are, considering, as we mentioned so many times, how many chances they've had so far today.
Yeah, they've had a lot of success in this game. Just haven't found the back of the net yet. This game brought to you by Phoenix Auto. Looking for experienced repair technicians and reasonable prices? Look to Phoenix Auto at the Crossroads in Lansing. Fix it at Phoenix. Ashley Bell with it. On the left side for Lansing. Goes to the middle. It's Hasslinger. Really generates a lot of chances, does Hasslinger from that midfield position. Here's Petrich on the right side. Pressured on defense. Gets past the defender. Right foot cross off the head of Brotherton. Oh, almost settled down on the left side by O'Callahan, but it goes off her knees and right to Allport. That could have been a great chance for Lansing.
Almost fell right to them for a nice shot, but unlucky again to bounce right off the knee and fall right into the arms of Allport.
That punt goes over the head of Torniciolo, the defender for Lansing. She's able to chase it down, gets it to Reese Todai. And Dealey providing some pressure on offense for Dryden. Palumbo keeps it in the offensive zone for Dryden. Here's Galini. Left foot shot. Nice little scoop save by Iris Borman.
A nice cut in from Galini to get the left-footed shot off there. And a nice response from Borman on the save.
We'll take a quick 10-second break for a legal ID.
The worldwide leader in sports with the pulse of the Finger Lakes. ESPN Ithaca, 107.1 FM, 1160 AM, WPIE, Trumansburg, Ithaca, Watkins Glen.
Dryden leads 2-0 right now with 19.5 to go in the second half. Petrich battling on offense. Gets knocked down. Ball still loose. Taken away by Hasslinger. Just outside the box. Lansing with a chance here. Trying to battle through the defense. She gets almost through Kato Zemansky, who's able to take away at the last second and get it up to Brotherton. Another nice chance for Lansing. Just couldn't get the shot off. Some good defense from Naomi Kato Zemansky.
Hasslinger almost took on 3 Dryden defenders there. Almost got through.
19 to go in this second half. 2-0 Dryden. That's Nicole Morrow trying to find Galini for Dryden. But Bell's able to take it away and kick it up the left sideline. Lansing charging. Here's O'Callahan. Chased down by Finver. O'Callahan cuts back, crosses, trying to find Petrich, and a nice high kick from Kato Zemansky keeps that from landing on Petrich's foot.
Really nice defensive play to get her leg up there and really prevent what may have been a tap-in for the Lansing attacker.
Yeah. But here's another chance for O'Callahan. Off a turnover, forced by Torniciolo. Abby Jones with it in the middle, chips one to the net, and it's knocked down by Allport to keep Lansing off the board. Just over 18 minutes left for Lansing to try and score in this one. They're down by 2. Alex Brotherton with a phenomenal goal in the second half, giving Dryden a 2-goal cushion to work with. And now here's Sophia Lynch trying to chase one down. But Lansing's defense holds up strong, rolls out of bounds for a Dryden throw-in. McKenna Crocker will be on the throw-in, but there's some subs coming in for Dryden. Be Kate Lee checking in. Throw-in coming in from the left sideline for Dryden, offensive zone. This game brought to you by Cuba Lake National Bank. They are customer-focused and community-minded.
Nope, it wasn't a match.
17.5 left in this one. Into the middle it goes. Nicole Morrow with it. They try to reset, and Crocker's not able to keep it in bounds. And it will be a Lansing throw-in in their own end.
Dryden doing a nice job killing time right now, holding the ball in the Lansing defensive zone.
Deep throw-in coming in from Lansing over the head of Petrich, and Dryden will take it back. Abby Jones forcing a turnover. See if they can counter for Lansing. Here's Hasslinger at midfield. Gets around Brotherton. Brotherton chases it down, gets the angle, and takes it away. Dryden's ball. Kate Lee to Crocker. Back to Brotherton. who scored the oh-so-important second goal in this game. But there's a turnover. Izzy Gustafson. Gustafson can't force it through. Naomi Kater-Zemansky comes up big. And Dryden's at midfield with 16 minutes left.
Kater-Zemansky with a nice cleanup there to clear Lansing's chance. And now Dryden has kind of broke out a little bit.
Yeah, Kater-Zemansky's had an exceptional second half in this one. She's been the reason Lansing's chances have been snuffed out most of the time. Abby Jones forcing another turnover for Lansing. They kick one up the left sideline. Emma Heasley can't get there before Finver can. And Finver turns and fires, but it goes out of bounds for a Lansing throw-in in the offensive zone. Couple of subs coming in for Lansing, trying to get some fresh legs out there for this late push. As they try to make a game out of this. They've had a lot of chances in this one, but have not been able to sneak one through. As they're sneaking it upfield through the throw-in. Another one coming up. Captain Lauren Ivanek on the field for Lansing now. High throw-in towards the middle, headed away by Brotherton, but it goes right to Abby Jones, the captain for Lansing. They reset. Ava Wilder to her right, Torniciolo, back to Wilder. Almost everyone is up for Lansing right now. They go to the right side. They find Petrich. Oh, miscommunication as they had a charging player. And the pass from Petrich went behind Heasley, taken away by Dryden. A turnover again for Lansing. Torniciolo settles it down, kicks it upfield. Hasslinger finds Petrich, charging on the right side of the box. And a great rush from Brotherton to get that away at the last second.
Brotherton came out of nowhere to take away that ball and probably prevented what would have been a nice chance from Petrovic.
That was a great rush from Brotherton, as you mentioned. It looked like really big window for Petrich to score in, but Brotherton, the IAC MVP, showing exactly why she was just that last year. She scored the goal and likely prevented one there. And on Dryden's side, Emma Bloomfield-Brown gets it taken away, and another chance for Lansing to move ahead on offense. 13.5 to go. They trail by 2, does Lansing. It goes up to Heasley. Heasley into the middle for Ivanek. Trying to find Heasley on the left side. Finver clears it out. Another deep throw-in coming up for Lansing.
Looking at Lansing's attack right now, they seem to move someone up in the midfield, but not within the attacking radius. And you kind of got to think, you should go with 2 strikers at this point.
Yeah, there been a lot of plays where they're going from the outside in. This one goes past Heasley off the throw-in, and Dryden takes it away. Wilder keeping it in the offensive zone for Lansing. Off the clear, gets it to Hasslinger. Hasslinger in the middle. Slows her dribble, goes to her right. One more pass to the middle. It's Heasley trying to find the outside attacker in Petrich. Was Heasley, but it's taken away by Dryden. Counterattack coming. Dealey gets it up to Morrow. Morrow getting chased down by Wilder. Morrow still going. She's into the box now. And it's knocked away by Wilder.
An excellent tackle from Wilder. She came from around 20 to 25 yards back.
Yeah.
To catch up to the Dryden attacker and prevent the shot from even getting off.
And that actually was a goal kick now for Lansing, so Iris Boardman will be on it. 12 minutes to go in the second half, 2-0 Dryden. And it goes to Ivanek, who gets it along the right sideline and forces a turnover. Some good work from the captain, gets it to her fellow captain, Abby Jones, and Lansing's moving. Past midfield, Heasley to the middle, just out of the reach of Ivanek, and Dryden takes it away. Palumbo clears it downfield, all the way down to the goalie, Iris Borman of Lansing. 11.5 to go in the second half. Still a 2-0 lead for Dryden.
Dryden seems pretty content on keeping this thing at 2-0, and rightfully so. Their defense has been fantastic in the second half.
Abby Jones chips one forward. Kater Zemansky there to stop it for Dryden, and Palumbo will clear it out of bounds for a Lansing throw-in the offensive zone, just past midfield. This game brought to you by Lansing Market, your big box grocery store in a little box. Bell resets things for Lansing. Goes to the other side, into the middle for Haslinger. Haslinger to her left, to Jones, and now Vence. Vence, back to Haslinger, left foot shot. Oh, diving stop by Allport, it stays in bounds. Oh no, it went out of bounds. I thought Heasley was gonna settle it down and try to get another chance in, but it just rolled out of bounds. Nearly a goal for Lulani Haslinger, but another diving stop for Allport, who's keeping Dryden ahead by 2.
That one was a bit closer. Lansing has been shooting really from pretty far out so far this half, or pretty far outside on an angle, but that one came within around 15, 12 yards.
Another corner kick coming up as Petrich shot it off a defender. With 10 minutes to go, Lansing pressuring here. Down by 2. Alex Brotherton with the difference-making goal in the second half for Dryden. They try to give and go for Petrich, but it gets taken away by Kate Lee. Pushed out of bounds, and it will be a Dryden throw-in in their defensive territory, so they couldn't generate a good chance off the 2 corner kicks did Lansing. Some more subs coming in for Dryden with 9.5 to go in the second half.
And Lansing pressing exceptionally high. Ava Wilder, the furthest back, and she's 15 yards above midfield.
Yeah. Haslinger forcing a takeaway in the middle of the field. Looking for an option. Gets the Bell. Bell chips it forward. Can't get it over the head of the defender, but Bell gets it back. Pushing to the left side of the box. And kick towards the net, and caught by Allport. Lobdell with some good defensive plays in the back for Dryden. And keeps this game a 2-0 lead for Dryden.
A nice hold from goalkeeper Haley Allport. That cross was kind of whipped in, and if you fumble it there, it could be just waiting to be pounced on for a rebound by a Lansing player.
Ball cleared upfield on the right side. Chloe Russell chasing it down. She scored the first goal in this game late in the first half, off an awkward collision with goalie Iris Borman. And the ball goes softly to Borman, the Lansing goalkeeper. Just over 8 minutes to go. Borman with the strong punt downfield. Goes right to Abby Jones, but rolls off her foot. Right to Brotherton. Dryden takes it away. Russell up to Dealey. Goes past her. Borman scoops it up. And Lansing will get another punt. Goes to Bell. Looks like Bell is playing more offensively in this half. As you said there. Her and Ava Wilder have been very good in this game. Ashley Bell.
It seems
with
like
7.5 to go.
Seems like she moved up to almost like a center defensive mid position. Try to generate some more offense. Maybe pass things off to the attackman.
And that one is cleared out deep in out-of-bounds territory, so it's going to take a little while to get this back for Lansing. Ashley Bell on the throw-in again. Slowly moving up the offensive zone. Throw-in goes off the head of a Dryden defender. Kept in by Lansing. Settled down. Bell going to her right. And there's a turnover forced by Dealey. Dryden with it. Ball goes softly off the foot of Dealey and taken away. Jones gets it up to Bell. Bell can't get it past Brotherton, trying to find Haslinger. And Kater Zemansky clears. Lynch has it knocked away. It goes right to Crocker for Dryden. And Dealey kicks one upfield. Wilder going back for it. Looks like she's going to go to Borman. She does. And the goalkeeper for Lansing settles things down. Back to Wilder. 6.5 to go. Torniciolo. Up to Jones. Goes too hard off her foot. Not a soft touch there, and he goes right to Brotherton. Dryden with another possession. Crocker. Kick towards the middle. Off the head of Wilder. Lansing's ball. Hasslinger passes midfield. Brotherton chasing her down. Her mask comes flying off after a collision. Play on. Hasslinger. Left foot shot. Oh, just wide of the net.
A bit unlucky from Hasslinger, but man, what a run. Her and Brotherton go shoulder to shoulder, and Brotherton loses her mask, as she said. And I think a bit of surprise from the parents here as that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, Brotherton charging with a lot of force, a lot of momentum into that collision. Hasslinger stayed strong, got a shot off, but it was wide. 5.5 to go. Daly back to Finver, and another clear for Dryden. Lansing looking for anything here in the second half. Wilder up the left side, finds O'Callahan into the box. Right foot shot, too soft to challenge Allport. And she'll stop that one. And slowly kick that upfield. Taking her time. There's the punt. Goes off a Lansing defender, taken away by Dealey. And now Crocker has it. Challenged by Hasslinger. Hasslinger knocks her down. Play on. O'Callahan with it. Here's a chance for Lansing. O'Callahan slows down, pulls back. Now back towards the net. Now back away from the net. Gets it to Gustafson. And there's a turnover. Chloe Russell taking it away for Dryden, but Hasslinger right on the ball for Lansing. Bell back in the defensive position that she originated at. Here's Vence. Up to O'Callahan again. Left side. Crossing opportunity. Knocked away. Corner kick coming up.
Hasslinger with 2 takeaways that led to Lansing attacks. That first one, unlucky not to get a shot off there. It seemed like a 3-on-1 opportunity.
As we've mentioned, the midfielders have been the standout players in this game for both sides. Lulani Hasslinger and Alex Brotherton. Corner kick. They go short to Petrich. It goes right back to Gustafson. Knocked off the ball. Turned over. Petrich with a shot. And it's wide left. Goal kick coming up for Dryden.
Stop the clock.
3.5 to go. Clock is stopped at the moment. Subs coming in for Dryden. And play on. Goal kick coming up. Naomi Kater-Zemansky had a strong second half defensively. Her goal kick leads to a Lansing throw-in. Petrich throws it in. Gets to Hasslinger. 2-0 Dryden here. Lansing with the ball. 3 minutes left. Hasslinger, soft pass up. Vence trying to go back to Hasslinger. It's knocked away. And Kater-Zemansky gets it out, but right to Jones. Jones at the corner of the box. Going to her left. Pass into the middle, and that's knocked away. Palumbo. Long pass upfield. Galini charging. She's all alone. Wilder behind her, chasing her down. Galini enters the box. Right foot shot. Just wide of the net. She had a lot of breakaways in basketball. She gets one there in soccer. Can't convert. And it stays 2-0 Dryden.
Great clearance from the Dryden defense that led to that breakaway. And she had so much time. I think she pulled it just a little bit wide. Unlucky, but nice positioning from Iris Berman to really take the shot off target.
Here's Dealey forcing a turnover. Knocked away by Reese Tody. And Dryden still pressuring here. Lobdell. Crossed in the middle. Knocked away by Bell. Lansing with it. Trying to counter. Left foot. Stopped by Finver. Abby Jones nearly gets a turnover, and it's kicked away by Vence. And almost carries out of bounds, but stopped by Crocker. Dryden with it. Brotherton with just over 1.5 minutes to go. Here in the second half, Dryden holding on to their 2-0 lead. And not with a lack of effort from Lansing. They have had plenty of chances in this game, just haven't gotten the golden one to get it by Hallie Allport.
Yeah, Lansing should certainly walk out of here feeling content with this result. While it is a loss, first game back in a while, and as we talked about already, the games versus Dryden last year, this one has certainly gone a lot better than those two. So.
Yeah, last year was a 7-0 win for Dryden over Lansing, and then a 5-1 win for Dryden. This time a lot more competitive. I mean, could very well be 2-1 right now if things went Lansing's way. Here's Gustafson charging upfield for Lansing, trying to get around the last defender. She still has it in the box, but taken away by Palumbo.
That work rate in the Dryden midfield. Anytime there's a sniff of even the defense getting beat, the Dryden midfield's right there to stop the attack.
Galini tried to sneak a through ball there, past Wilder, but she's able to knock it down and get it back to her goalkeeper, Borman. 30 seconds left. This game just about over. Wilder on the left side of the defense for Lansing. She had a very good game. Gets it to Bell. Bell trapped on the sideline. It leads to a Dryden throw-in. 15 seconds left.
Todd, I'll email you.
And it looks like Dryden will start the season with yet another shutout. They had plenty of those last year. And they keep Lansing off the board for 80 minutes in this one. So very strong performance from the Dryden Lions leads to a season-opening 2-0 win over Lansing. And when we come back, we'll wrap things up. You are listening to Section 4 Girls Soccer here on ESPN Ithaca. Great way to start the Section 4 soccer season here in Dryden. Dan Doherty alongside Luke Begoni on ESPN Ithaca. We just saw a 2-0 victory for the Dryden Lions, defending IAC champions, opening up their season with the win over Lansing. Lansing reaching the Section 4 semifinals last year. Couldn't get a goal in this one, but it wasn't without a lack of effort. They had plenty of offensive chances in both the first and second half, just couldn't sneak one by Hallie Allport.
Yeah, Dan, you said it. This was a great start to the Section 4 soccer season. And as we said it, as really the time expired, Lansing should come out of this game feeling good about themselves. I mean, you come off 2 bad losses last year. You come in here, first game of the season, coming off the pandemic. You come in and you play like that. You play really, really well. You have 2 shots at the crossbar. You just couldn't get it by their defense. Alex Brotherton was fantastic for Dryden. But again, Lansing should be thrilled with this result.
Yeah, Lansing had a great season last year. They were 10-5-2, but lost to Dryden twice in games that were very one-sided. This one was not one-sided. Dryden took advantage of the few opportunities they had. They didn't have a lot of time possession in the offensive zone, but when they did, they converted, and that really came through in the second half when Alex Brotherton went coast to coast to score a goal.
Yeah, that was an incredible run by her, and you can kind of see Lansing was a bit deflated after that because they felt like probably they had the better play up to that point. And to go down 2-0 right into the second half, it's a bit disheartening.
And that will transition right into who our impact player of the game is. I think it's a pretty obvious choice on Dryden's side.
Yeah, you got to look at Alex Brotherton. I mean, looking away from the goal, put that aside, she was fantastic in being the supportive midfielder in front of her back line. She offered support. She received balls from them throughout the entire game, and then she was excellent in stripping balls from Lansing attackers, just stopping odd man rushes, whatever it may have been. She was all over the place. She did everything for them today.
And I think what stands out about her the most, she's just exceptional at choosing when to use that burst of energy, when to rush downfield, and that's exactly what we saw when she scored that game-winning goal. And that first goal, late in the first half, it was a bit of a weird one. It was a cross in by Dryden, a bit of a collision between Chloe Russell and Lansing goaltender Iris Borman. Goes off the knee of Russell and pops in the air, sneaks in past the goal line to score that first goal of the game for Dryden. Just a weird scenario, but Dryden took advantage of that lead and that cushion.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere almost.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about how Lansing and Dryden were going back and forth with each other, but it was more so Lansing. I mean, we've said it a bunch already, but then all of a sudden Dryden whips in a ball, crosses it in, and Lansing goalie Iris Borman and Ali Dealey came in, collided, and ball was in the back of the net.
Yeah, it was a great game. Again, final score was 2-0 Dryden to open the season here. And that'll do it for us here from Dryden. Let's give a thanks to our producer in the studio, Nick Karski. The man alongside me, Luke Bogoni. I'm Dan Daugherty. Thank you for listening to Section 4 Girls Soccer here on ESPN Ithaca.